some friends with us. Yes, RiPA does have friends, and they're sitting right there. Let me introduce Lee and Corrine from Lecor Paranormal. Hi guys.
How you doing?
Thanks for coming down. Excited for this?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And on this side, you know them, the dynamic trio.
Yeah.
Look at them all go. So yeah, let's cut to the chase. Lecor, been about quite a few years. Tell us a bit about yourselves.
Well, I know Corrine from years ago. We used to be in a Wolverhampton Paranormal Research Group, and then that kind of disbanded, and out of the blue we got in touch with each other. And we decided to go, okay, we both missed doing the ghost things. We both enjoyed the way that we worked together. So it was like, okay, well, we'll start this thing. I think it was like 2015 we kind of had the idea of it.
Yeah.
And then 2016 we was like, okay, we'll start.
Oh, you're still babies? Yeah.
So
Oh, we've been going for a bit longer.
We've been investigating individually for quite a number of years. This is the first time I've ever just got together, me and you.
Yeah,
So it's
I
just
find it
the
better
two of
keeping our group small as well, because it's just the three of us. And Alex is in it as well.
Alex, he can be bothered to go with them.
Sometimes I wish I had it.
We need Alex here.
We do that.
Well, we try and keep small as well, not because it's easier that way, just because nobody likes us. So that's fine, that's fine.
It saves the bitchiness as well, really.
No bitchiness here, what are you
We
on
bitch
about?
at each other, and we all know how each other works now anyway, so easier.
So you say you was with Wolverhampton Paranormal for a while. Did you get anything good with those guys?
We did at the Three Sons.
Yeah.
That was one of the first sort of bits of kind of evidence that we got. It was your drum kit, wasn't it, that you put down?
I was told to bring a drum and put it into the cellar because apparently there's a ghost of a drummer boy there.
This is a bang bang drum,
So,
not a drum of
bang
whiskey
bang.
or something.
No, it wasn't a drum full of
That's a
alcohol.
dram.
Or anything like that.
Dram. Yeah, that was close.
Proper drum. So we put it in there, and at the end of the night, we were all upstairs packing the equipment up, and we could hear the noise coming from the monitor. And a friend of ours who was Tony, who was watching the monitor, said, "Well, there's nobody downstairs, so who's making the noise?" So I don't know. I got the only camera that was working. Me and you went down, and we got down there, and you could hear the drum playing, and it's got a lot of metal rims. You could hear it being moved across the floor, and it was terrifying. And the footage is me. All that.
So have you ever had any EVPs come through?
The best EVP I've ever caught, unfortunately you weren't there at this time. And again, this is on the best stuff from the previous years. And it's a voice as clear as I'm talking to you now, and it just goes, "Thomas!" And it's really loud and really clear. Apparently you're taller than me, so come on, kick my arse. Do it. Come on. Kick my arse. Do it. Come on. But it was called clear on the camera because it was in a corridor and I was the one end, and it was called clear on that one. There's another camera at the other end of the corridor and you can actually hear the reverb and the echo, proving that it came from that end. And I can prove it wasn't me because the camera's pointing at me at the time. But it's definitely there. I remember editing it at midnight, hearing it, checking the footage, thinking, "Oh my god!" And I had to put the lights on because that's really clear.
What you do, like when you're editing them, you make sure everybody's face is on the replay as well, so you can tell it's not one of us.
Yeah, face cams are one of the best things we've ever come up with.
Camera out there, GoPro facing you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
So, Zak Bagans, why is he...
She's actually not saying the name, haven't you?
Why is he Corinne's best friend?
Just so over dramatised. So he would think he hears, I don't know, like an EVP, and he'll string a sentence from it that I just can't make out. It'd just be like, there you go, "It said kill me." No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I kind of think he's a bit of a bully as well.
What did it go to his team?
No, to the team. Is it, like this, like, you go in there. It's like, "Oh, no, you heard the noise, you go in there, you investigate it." There was an episode that we saw, or I saw, and I told you about it. And they're driving around, they're clearly lost, they're trying to find this building. And the voiceover from Zak says, "It's almost as if the building doesn't want to be found." He's lost. That's it. That is it.
Buildings have feelings too, man.
Oh well.
They get up and walk.
Never mind.
It knew it was coming, so it got scared and ran away.
That was it. Yeah.
Up foundations. And
Yeah,
all
up
that sort of
foundations.
stuff.
Went.
I just think it's very, very over the top.
But
But most of them
Very-
though. That's,
but he's he's
Excessively over the top.
he's Zak Bagans. He's like the pretty
Is it
boy
Bagans or
of
Baggins?
Yeah.
the paranormal world. You know. There's ghosts. There's ghosts in this. There's ghosts in this place. Oh, talking of programs
I
like.
might have to start watching that.
No, I'm totally with you on Zak Bagans.
I
He's
still want to know if he
Baggins.
nicked that thing from the
Bacons.
ramen.
So Baggins, isn't it?
That's what I want to know.
Zacko Bagans. What?
If he nicked that thing from the ramen, did he nick it or did John give it to him?
John doesn't give fuck all away. does he?
Exactly.
Jesus
He nicked
Christ.
it.
Well, the things you said about the ramen, and it was in a promo, so we've got to talk about the ramen.
Again.
Boom, boom.
Haunted?
Price goes up halfway through the night.
From that whistle that we caught, I'd say there's something there. Something whistled. It wasn't us.
The weird thing is, I don't really want to go back, and it's not because I'm scared. It's because
Structural damage, perhaps.
Bored of the ramen.
Yeah.
How many times have you been there?
twice.
Okay.
That's more than enough. But like I said, you can see from the paper clippings on the walls, he was restoring the place, he's run out of money, and then the ghosts started. So he's just trying to fund his repairs, which, let's be fair, it were never really good, were they?
I was going to say, it's the same, similar to 30 East Drive. It's all set out to make you think it's haunted. You go in there and you see it again, creepy news articles and stuff. So
Taxi
it's in your head
driver
anyway.
face.
Yeah. So it's just in your head
I'd say it was the one
before
place
you've
where,
started anything.
when we got there, I don't know how you felt about it, I think it's the same as me, but it almost investigating, it almost felt like a chore kind of thing. Like, alright, well, we'll do this, and then we've got to do this, and then we've got to do this.
It's really
I didn't
strange.
feel, yeah, it was a strange feeling there. It was just like, okay, we'll do it because we're here, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's like because it has to be done in the paranormal world. It's like one of the top 10 that you have to do.
Never felt like that before on any other investigation.
We're normally really psyched up for it, but
That day.
just weren't really psyched up for it.
We went there in, was it February time, there was a little bit of snow on there, and it was the coldest place ever.
Yeah.
It was probably warmer outside than it was in the building. We had one guy there just cuddling a kettle all the time.
That was a long time ago, that one, yeah. We nicknamed him Kettle. He was a college, he was a kid from college doing a college programme on us. And
Yeah, he didn't do much film, did he?
hugged his
Just
kettle.
hugged this kettle. All like, when it went cold, he just boiled it again. He must have had about 100 layers on as well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking unbelievable.
Oh, good days. I think I've been there probably about 8 times now.
You
Still
found
can't
yeah,
remember
still
how to
got
get
lost.
I'll still go to the ramen, it's just a different ramen.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
But there is a good restaurant around the corner. It's a nice steak and peppercorn sauce.
And again, the cost of it, like since from
The restaurant
when
or
I last
ramen?
went- No, the ram. Sorry. The cost of it since we last went has sort of gone up as well.
Yeah.
So it's again.
Really, I think it was.
It's
money
so
making,
hyped up though, isn't it?
so-
That's the
Yeah.
scare.
I think the only good thing about doing it was John, because he was just a complete character.
It's not there.
You know, and he's not there anymore. So 'cause I think his daughter's taken over running it now, isn't she? But and I've not dealt with her, so. But yeah,
Probably won't do now anyway.
We've rang John up. Well, I think last time we went there, all agreed, and we rang John up to say, right, we're on our way down, John. We'll see you in a couple of hours. And we get there, knock on the door. What are you doing there?
That's when you know it's going to be a long night.
Christ. And then they think, oh, you can't remember now, we might be able to get the price down.
That with us.
No, you said a
Another
tenner each,
group I
John.
was with, we rang him and the M5 was shut down for something or other. So, past the van, I went, ring him, so we're going to be late. Not our fault, the M5's shut, I've got to find another way around there. We got there and refused to answer the door.
Yeah.
He's
He's
not ringing him. So it was like, right, get back in the car, drive all the way back to Wolverhampton for nothing.
A long time ago, I can't remember what name I was under back then. Might have been NPRI, NKPC, one or the other. Oh, no, I'm always under that name. Exactly the same thing. It turned up, and although he answered the door, he wouldn't let us in, no matter what. He was like, no, come on, because it was a public event, so we had people with us. He was like, you can't do this to us, John. No, we don't know who you are. This weren't arranged. It was like, all right. But luckily enough, around the corner, you got the main square, and there was a pub there called The Sun, and they let us in, do an investigation there. And no, you say that. A couple of the staff members claimed to be mediums, and they wanted to do a table tip on a pool table because apparently the pool table moved.
How?
The
Well, that would be impressive if it did.
It was great.
That would be impressive if it did move.
It would be, but yeah, it didn't.
Well, at least you would be able to fake it.
Yeah.
Exactly. No,
You'd break your fucking thumbs, wouldn't you, trying to lift that up?
I think some of the best investigations come from not being able to do the initial investigation or the lead-ons from it, because you never really know what to expect.
Yeah, but they're the ones that are generally not in the public eye, then, aren't they? You know, it's a smaller location that's not well heard of and not hyped up like all these ones, and it was just a more genuine location.
That's it with all these hyped up locations, because groups want to go there, and the tour groups, we've touched on tour groups, I think we've dedicated about 3 or 4 RiPA Bites to tour groups, so you know, if you watch this, our opinions on them. But yeah, they do bump up the price by going there. However, it seems that groups, tour groups and public groups are on the decline, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, we've been put a question to us from Mr. Parkin. It says, I was going to not say his name for just in case, but
Might be Simon.
Simon Parkin.
We all know that.
Cara
Parkin.
Parkin.
Oh, jeez.
I've noticed that a few groups are calling it a day. Do you feel paranormal interest has peaked and is now on a slow downward trend? I really fucking hope so. What do you guys think?
I was literally going to say that.
There's loads out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think people go in thinking it's going to be things being thrown around, you're going to see stuff, and it's not. You're sitting there for hours and hours waiting for stuff to happen.
To be fair, paranormal investigation is boring.
Yeah.
A real one is.
Yeah.
Once you've done all the initial
So I
checks,
think once you've done
it
a
is
few,
boring.
I think some people just get bored of it and go, oh no, I'm not doing this anymore. But I don't do this for anyone else, I'll do this for me.
I think
I do
it
this to
is
get
what
everything
separates the
myself.
people that are genuinely interested in it and the people that think, oh, I'll go there because it's a bit of a fun thing to do sort of thing. When they realise, you know, how cold a building can be, that you're sitting there for hours and hours, then you spend hours going through the footage.
Yeah, 'cause normally it consists of a couple of hour drive to get to your location.
Yeah.
Hour or so setting up, which is tedious and wires, and shit like that. And then, however long you're there, 4 or 5 hours of sitting around waiting for something to happen. And then you're packing down for another hour and a half, and another 2.5 hour drive home. And that is it. If
Then
you're
you've
lucky.
got the review
Yeah.
of the footage afterwards.
Well,
which of course we
Another
all
5
do.
hours of listening to nothing.
Well, we've had people jump on board with us, and we've took them out to investigations like that, and we've done it the RiPA way. It's like, initial look around, that door don't shut properly, that floorboard creaks, you've got water running around the outside, blah, 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 blah. And then they're just sitting around thinking, okay, when's it going to happen? What are you waiting for? And then they leave.
I think the most interesting part is the
Why?
first walk around the building. You're seeing it for the first time and getting all access areas to it. And then from there, it goes, just waiting for 3 o'clock in the morning so you can go home.
That's when it will happen,
If you're
isn't
a
it?
person, if you're medium, you're constantly going to punch out with them all the time.
Yeah.
You're wandering around
Allegedly.
there, bugger off for 5 minutes, I'm trying to concentrate. I'm always having to go at you. They want to talk to you, find out what's going
No,
on.
that's just us talking to you.
Yeah, probably. And then you usually get that one going, well, you get anything? Not really, no.
So what about the paranormal interest in the public field? People who aren't members of groups or anything, do you think they're still interested in it?
I don't know. What got me into it is watching, TV shows and stuff like that. I thought, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? But that was so many years ago now. Nowadays, like I say, you just got to go onto YouTube or Facebook. There's that many paranormal groups out there, and I think more and more are going to come on. You'll just get some more come on, some will dwindle away.
So you think it'll balance itself out?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the public seem to keep quiet about it as well. I mean, it's not until I say what I do to people, they go, oh, actually, I've had an experience. I'm quite interested in that. And I'd say most of the people I've spoke to about it do say they're interested in it and they have had an experience, but they don't speak about it because people always think they're bonkers.
But do you find that more people speak about it when they're on their own rather than with people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's still got that stigma there, even though it's out there in the public eye, there's still a stigma about the whole subject of ghosts and whatnot,
Yeah.
which is a strange thing. I can't stand watching ghost shows.
There's loads more pops up, I think.
I hate
Ghost
watching
Brothers and-
footage in night shot, and it just does my nutting. And so with RiPA, we're trying to bring out shows centred on the paranormal, but coming away from the investigation. So we've got a few projects lined up like that. How about you guys?
I don't get why people only investigate at night.
Because they only come out at night.
I don't get that
Because
at all.
of the atmosphere.
It
makes
is,
it
it's the atmosphere.
I don't-
It's going
I
back
don't
to 30 years
understand
drive, it's all the atmosphere because it's still set in the 60s. You do it at dark, it just adds to the atmosphere even more than it. It
If
just
I
heightens your
go
senses.
somewhere, I start looking straight away. I start filming because I've got a little like vlogging camera, and I start sort of looking around straight away because things don't just happen at night.
What you found in the ski room when you was at the walking around and there's a creek, but it travelled up the wall,
Yeah.
and you sort of straight away, yeah, okay, if you step on that, you're going to hear this. So straight away it debunks anything that we hear on night.
Yeah.
So I think we'll carry on
I think
doing
the daytime
doing
investigation
that.
would be good to do.
Daytime investigations are very important but really overlooked. If you look down, I don't know, the tabloids, Daily Mail is good for it, and what's the other one?
Sun?
The
Express.
Express, Star, and all that sort of stuff. Most of the footage they get is caught in the daytime. All right, most of the footage they get is bollocks, but a lot of it is caught in daytime.
It's like the photos as well, that's all in the daytime.
Exactly.
The majority of them is day.
And the most convincing ones we've seen have been like the family outing at, I don't know, this field where an old castle ruin is, and somebody's took a pic and there's something in the background. It's like, yeah, that's really cool, it's interesting. You know it's not fake because the people have got no ulterior motive or anything like that. It might not be a ghost, it might be something they didn't see on the screen at the time. But it's still more convincing than anything taken at night in a room that you're unfamiliar with, in my personal opinion anyway. Moving on to the next question. Now, this one is definitely aimed at you guys in particular. So we can all be quite
have a biscuit then.
while you take the show. A lot of places to investigate that have been hyped to the gills, and those who go to these places seem to experience lots of activity, etc. When we go, we don't seem to get a lot happen. Is this because there is actually nothing there, and all reports and experiences are just hyped or self-created by those visiting, as they are so desperate for something to happen? And that's from Aylesbury Vale Paranormal.
I'm sure Ian didn't write
This
that.
question is for Lecor.
The ghosts just don't like it, simple as that.
There you go.
No, it's one of those things, you can investigate a place 5 nights in a row. The first night you might get everything happen, and then for the next 4 nights you'll get nothing. It's just one of
As we
those
said
things.
before, it's a lot of sitting around. I mean, yeah, it is hyped. It is hyped up, and people do get desperate for stuff to happen. So if they hear something, they want to tell everyone it's paranormal. They want to believe it so badly. But
So
I
it's
guess
nice
they
going through
start
footage of
to really
places.
believe it themselves.
Yeah, we go through the footage and, you know, I'll hear a noise or something and I'll think, oh my God, what was that? What was said? And then I'll look at the face cams and it's one of us three. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would rather put out just the content that we do, and I'd rather have 3 or 4 videos out there that have got nothing on it, paranormal, anything at all, rather than try and fake stuff or, you know, just to say, oh yeah, this place is definitely haunted. Or stretch a piece of evidence, sort of thing, saying, well, it's definitely saying, I will kill you. When all it was one of us breaking wind.
So the effect's probably be the same.
Yeah.
As I said before, we do this for us, we don't do it for everybody else.
Yeah.
I felt, going back to what you were saying, that people are expecting things. Personally, if I pay 80 quid for a ticket to spend 5 hours at a place, I'm going to want something to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I will make something happen probably. But I've paid shitloads of money. You know, otherwise it's just an expensive tour, restrictive tour as well. Because you know, some groups you've got to do what they say. You don't get a free rein.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a lot of money for a lot of bunkum.
And it's that expensive because people have kind of faked it. That's why it's expensive, because people think things are going to happen, so they'll pay it.
Some places we go to, they charge us like 700 quid, and it's like, okay, 700 quid from the hours of 9 till 2. What's that 700 quid actually paying for? Most of the lights are going to be off because obviously ghosts come out in the dark. Everything's
going to pay for one person to stand there and watch you all for 700 quid, are you really?
Exactly.
I mean, that's a bloody good way.
It's a good profit margin.
For that amount of money, you would expect, you know, I want a ghost to come, sit down and have a chat with me.
And you would
Paying
make
that much.
Bottle of champagne as well.
Yeah.
Just nice caviar.
Balloons.
Yeah. Yeah, you let it lay
And a
all over that
selfie.
price.
Yeah. Have you ever turned up at a place where the group said you didn't particularly feel very welcome?
No.
We have.
What a surprise!
You don't work in groups though, do you?
No, we prefer to work on our own. We just
Unlike
want.
us, we whore ourselves out with everyone. It's the only way we can get in anywhere.
We've got to speak about a lot of subjects there. What we're going to do, we're going to give you guys some quick fire questions.
Oh dear.
Okay? So we're going to go, all of us are going to ask you a question and just want both your answers on it. So, Ghost Gadgets, are they good?
Ghost Gadgets?
Yeah.
What, any in particular or?
Well, the K9 mitt, K2 mitt, whatever it's called.
Gamble.
It's a dog.
It's worth a go, experimenting with, but again, for me...
Experimenting, I'm not going to have sex with it.
That'd be a fucking first.
For me, I want a spirit on camera, I want something on camera. I don't want a little machine beeping at me. I want something on camera, I want evidence. For me.
For you?
I don't mind them being there if the EMF goes off on command and stuff and we can't explain why. That's kind of a good sort of thing to say. Well, okay, something maybe go off, so we can't explain what it is.
Okay.
Orbs, ghost or guff?
Guff.
That was quick, wasn't it? Most spookiest place you've ever been?
For me, probably the Skirrid Inn, but I think that's just because of how it was laid out. Because you've got the rope coming down, and we heard some noises upstairs, didn't we? And
That or
I wound myself up a bit, and I don't know why. I think that's all it was. Just me
Woodchester
being
Mansion was good.
silly.
Woodchester Mansion was good. But that's probably the bats. And
Yeah,
me.
because you freaked out over the
Yeah.
bats. Yeah.
Are they the bits? Are they the bats in this picture?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was an awesome picture, actually. That was
Pretty
really.
good.
It does look huge.
We set a lock-off camera in one of the rooms, just taking photos every, I think it was every 10 seconds or something.
Was it one of them?
So we just
like,
left the camera there
hunting-
and we just
hunting cameras?
went. It was just my DSLR camera.
Oh, right.
We just left it there, taking photos until we went back upstairs after a couple of hours.
Have you ever seen someone on mine that really shouldn't have been there? Let's say like 2 in the morning when someone else was a bit bored and should have been doing something.
What?
We have the Shams promotion here, but the behind the scenes stuff for Woodchester Mansion will be coming out soonish. I don't know when. You will hear me scream like a girl. And I admit it, but it's funny.
Mediums, real or real pain in the ass?
I've got to go.
We don't work with mediums.
We try not to.
We are very much trying to get evidence, either on camera or audio. If a medium was there, and if that medium was truly what they said they were doing, there's no way we can prove it. So.
That's another question.
No, don't want to.
I think I need to know them a bit more personally than, I don't know.
Yeah. Alex takes
Makes
a lot of
sense.
shit. Takes a lot of shit from us.
Yeah.
No,
I've got nothing against it.
It's a social experiment anyway.
he knows I don't believe in Alex knows I don't believe in mediums, and
That's
I
fine.
think he's quite happy with that.
I don't like them.
No, I can totally understand why some people can see that opinion as well.
I mean,
No,
I've-
I don't like a lot
But
of
it's
them.
for us to get from the research side of it. It's good for us to have Alex because he's quite open for us to.
Because you must be
Come
frustrated
on.
when you see reading
Yeah, I
TV
know.
and stuff like that. and
Exactly,
you're thinking,
because I think here we go again.
yeah.
Why don't you just get a bloody crystal ball out and a tea towel and you're fucking end up being done with it?
I mean, I've seen people who've come up with names before, like my nan passed away and this person came up with my nan's name, and the fact that I just had a tattoo on the back of my neck with her initial, and that I've got a ring. They wouldn't have known I've got my hair down at the time, and unless they went behind me and look.
Well, there is a way of finding out.
You know, so
Things sometimes
that was a bit like,
discussing
oh,
with your hand.
okay.
I do
Getting a few
actually
points
know,
there, but
yeah. I do actually know somebody who is psychic, I'd say, and I do believe them because of the stuff that they've told me. And it's like, okay. But I've been with some others where
You can
like,
tell
for
the
a
right
test,
bloody-
I said to this guy, okay, he's my granddad around me. He was like, yeah, your granddad's here. I said, okay, Can you tell me if you're actually proud of me for anything? I play drums. My granddad loved drummers. He stopped for a while and he just wants to say he's loved you and he's proud of you.
In other words, he totally
Well,
avoided
he
the
couldn't give me
Yeah,
this
no.
specific thing.
Yeah, I've always said, I've got some specific stuff I want to hear from a medium,
Yeah.
and if they say anything like that near it, I will believe them. But generally, when I ask a medium to give me a reading, I can't read you. You're too closed. Right. Okay. So they won't. None of them will read me. I'm too negative, apparently. But,
That's
and I said, I want a reading. I do want a reading. Please read me, but they won't.
I've had somebody say to me, look, can you uncross your arms? You're blocking the field.
But I won't answer
Well,
their, because I think it's because I don't answer their questions when I do. When they're, does this mean anything to you? I'll just sit there.
Don't want me
Carry on.
anything
You
to
know? You tell me. You're the one with all the information.
I'm picking up a man. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah. Fuck me, he's better than you, Alex.
Well, that went somewhere.
I've got to go.
Yeah, I can believe that. Look.
Yeah, I can believe that as well.
Any more questions,
Can
fire
we
at
move on quickly? Cause
All we can do.
Yeah. Quick fire question. Any more quick fire questions?
Any more quick fire questions?
Do you want to ask about the dress code?
Yeah, what about the dress code then? Like, have you ever seen some real corkers?
Fashion faux pas in the paranormal
Faux
world.
pas?
Yeah, where we're not allowed to wear fleeces even if it's cold.
Yeah,
Keep telling the police.
Rippers banned
You
fleeces.
only ever wear side maiden tops.
This is it. This is it.
It's understandable.
That's all you wear.
Talking about cold investigations, we cut the sleeves off our shirts.
Yeah.
Fucking point of that, so yeah.
Yeah, Zak Bagans.
We done it first.
So like, shell suit's big now. Anything that makes jangly noises, no. It's just common sense, really.
Squeaky shoes.
And no fleeces, or Crocs, or leggings.
Oh, come on. I had a whole new array sorted out for us.
What, fleeces?
Fleeces,
Leggings
leggings and Crocs.
I'm gonna have to pack all mine away as well now.
But it has to be with socks.
Crocs and socks.
Crocs with socks.
Socks.
White socks.
Yes.
What are Crocs?
Crocs.
They're them shoes that like...
The rubber shoes.
Yeah.
With holes in.
And they've got these holes in, they're kind of...
Okay.
I'll get you a pair.
Please don't.
They're so comfortable.
You can walk in the sea without taking them off.
Yeah.
I can go in and see without taking my trousers off.
You have your own photography business going on. Cameras and ghosts. There's so many ghosts and anomalies that get caught on film. Now I imagine you know the inside and outs of a camera.
Yep.
How many of ghost things can be put down to camera malfunctioning?
The majority of them.
It's an orb.
Sorry.
It's an orb.
It's an orb, oh my god!
Oh my god.
Yeah, quick, go to the night shop. We just got gate crashed there by a moth. Sorry about that. All right, go back.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I'd say the majority of them. I actually managed to recreate ghostly apparitions using an old medium format camera, so with the old medium format film. And with that, I used double exposure within the camera and processing in the darkroom by double exposing that as well. It took me about 8 hours to create 6 photos, but
And that's all.
I managed to make 6 ghosts out of them.
And that's just from film. That's no digital editing or anything like that.
No digital editing, no. That was all in film.
So you got a picture of a ghostly type effect going on with Lee. Was that done in the same way, or was that digital? format
That
as well?
was done in the same way. That's one of the photos that I'm talking about.
Okay, and that is you. That's not a ghost of you. coming
That's
through.
me.
That's definitely you.
It's definitely him, yeah.
So a definite double exposure.
Yeah,
so it can.
I did that within the camera. So took one shot with the camera, didn't wind the film on, so just left it there, and then got him to sit down and exposed it again. So it made him transparent and everything else exactly the same.
So it can be done.
So, because you can see, well, I moved the camera a little bit by mistake because there's a bit of blur around there because my tripod wasn't as sturdy as I'd like it to be, and the camera was really heavy with the big ones. So you can see the movement from where I've double exposed it anyway.
As well, where I wanted to walk around myself, and you've seen that, and I can do that. There's that many ways you can fake stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
It's really, really difficult to actually prove anything, because the first thing you're going to say is fake. It's done in
But it's been done since the age of the camera, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've been faking pictures
The
since.
classic picture of the
Yeah.
fairies in the garden
Yeah.
with all the
Yeah.
kelp is a classic one.
And the monk.
The monk one, yeah. So it's been
And
done
of course,
since we've had cameras. They've been faking pictures, and now we're getting better quality cameras. We're getting better quality photo editing suites. It's just getting better quality fakes.
So going back to the pictures, we get a lot of pictures similar to this. You can see the light streak on it, and these ones really annoy me because there's so many people swear blind that it's a ghosty streak coming on there, but it's not.
That can be glare. It could also be done with long exposure as well. So if you set the camera to open the shutter for say 5 seconds, you've got enough time to get a torch and go, and then it leaves that line.
So have you ever had a
It could be-
picture that you couldn't explain? Literally, it was something that you thought, what is this?
Yeah, you've shown me one that your friend sent.
There was.
that
I wasn't there, so I don't. I
know.
can't explain
I
that.
had it. I could show you, bro. It was taken at the German war cemetery, Cannon Chase, and it's a guy. And you can see that obviously the flash has gone off in his face.
Yeah.
But there's somebody. If you can I just borrow you this? So that's the face. It's just had a flash on it, and there's somebody doing this.
Literally behind them, like a shadow.
Literally behind it, but it's quite dark. Now, if the flash had gone off in that face, that would have shown up as well.
So is that on your site, is it, that picture?
It isn't.
that's a pity.
It was on my phone until I had to factory reset my phone.
I think I might still have it somewhere.
Yeah, well, I have to try and find it.
Yeah, if you got it, send it our way, and we can exploit it. So
Yeah, and you could. I guess it could be the human's natural ability to make faces out of something anyway.
Yeah.
So it could just be that. It's an explanation
Yeah.
for every photo that you look at.
That,
There is
that
always a way to
particular one,
debunk
though, you
it.
can see
Or
like
is
sort of
there?
the nose and like the whatever of the forehead.
But is that your mind trying to make sense of it?
So we're going to wrap things up now, bring things to a close. What's next for Lecor?
We've got a couple of investigations lined up. There's at least one more this year. We've got a couple booked for next year, and a kind of special thing that we're doing towards the end of next year. We don't want to give too much away.
You can tell us off film.
Yeah,
We'll know. You won't.
Next week's River Bite.
Continue to do
Fine that
what
you
we
asked
do.
if this off.
We just continue to do what we do. Sort of thing. We'll release trailers, then the investigation, the review, behind the scenes.
Okay, and all that can be found online at the links coming up on the screen right now. So yeah, folks, give these guys a check out. They're brilliant at what they do, and they're quite cool people. Not as cool as us, but
Don't forget, if you need anyone to help you out, we're all here. Because we can't afford it.
So would you say you experienced something that you literally could not explain whatsoever?
More questions.
We've done a quick fire round. Fucking hell, Where
Me
did you?
personally, yes. Several things that I couldn't
Yeah.
explain, but it's kind of what got me into the whole thing.
What about you?
I always doubt myself, so
Yeah.
I saw something on the beach a while ago. I thought it was like a ghost coming towards me, but then I thought
that was just me with my
hang on,
pasty skin.
I just I just thought I'm
James
just being
Bond
weird.
impression.
I'm just disregarding
Pube sticking
it.
out.
This is why I do it. This is why I do what I do to
Yeah.
get the evidence.
Yeah, guys, thanks for coming. It's been great talking to you, having a chat, and we look forward to working with you guys in the future. Any final words you want to tell the audience at home? All
Just
4 of them.
Thanks to these guys for letting us come here and do this. It's been fantastic.
We have, haven't we?
You have.
Been alright, yeah.
Till next time, guys. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye.